What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Office Jungle. If you haven't heard, the LA wildfires have decimated Los Angeles. I live in Venice, California. I had to evacuate. I spent about 6 days in Vegas. I was gambling. I was going nuts. I was screaming my voice off. That's why I have no voice today. But I wanted to make a video about the stories that came out of these LA wildfires, particularly the reptile stories that have come out. So many displaced reptiles, so many displaced animals, and there are some bright spots. And I know my voice is so shot. I was screaming all weekend going, monkey, monkey, monkey. So out of all the stories that came out from the wildfires, there is no other reptile story that has captivated the minds as Tiptoe the tortoise, the Sulcata tortoise, escaping Southern California's wildfires. This is Tiptoe. He is a tortoise that has escaped the wildfires, which is pretty amazing. Dark gray smoke puffed into the sky behind him as Tiptoe, the African Sulcata tortoise, crunched on green lawn beneath him. Flames were visible down the street. Cars sped past, and Tiptoe's owner, Caitlin Durant, realized it was time to go. The wildfire plowing through homes in California's Pacific Palisades was at the Tiptoe's doorstep that Tuesday, forcing Durant and her extended family to flee with the 175-pound reptile in tow. Now, if we're talking about getting an animal safe from the wildfires, a 175-pound tortoise is probably one of the hardest reptiles to export, to transport. Bear with my voice, guys. It is so messed up. For years, Tiptoe has been a beloved sight in the Pacific Palisades, quietly tromping along sidewalks with either Duran or her mother, sometimes taking time to eat the roses, his favorite. He's made appearances at festivals and preschools, and Duran has plans to have him hang out in retirement communities. It's beautiful. Oh, look at this. This is Tiptoe the tortoise. He's eating a watermelon. He was a Christmas gift for Duran when she was just 7 years old. Back then, he was the size of a credit card. So he was about this size, maybe even smaller. He was about like this size. Crazy. That's the thing about sulcatas. You get them thinking they're going to stay this size, but they get to be the third largest tortoise in the world. Something like that. Since then, he has lived in the backyard of Duran's childhood home in Pacific Palisades, but that home and the hutch Duran and her family built for Tiptoe late last year are all now gone. Tiptoe is now Duran's home in Marina del Rey. And trust me, I live near Marina del Rey. It's not going to be easy to home a Sulcata tortoise in Marina del Rey. They're going to have to figure something out. He's dealing with it super well. Like I said, we're in the front yard right now. He's splayed out, soaking up the vitamin D, she said. Getting him out was no easy feat. Tiptoe is a sulcata, the world's largest mainland tortoise. His species size is surpassed only by two types of island tortoises, one of which Charles Darwin famously rode while in the Galapagos. I did not know Charles Darwin rode a Galapagos tortoise. Is there any way we could see him doing that? Charles Darwin riding tortoise. Is there a picture of this? Oh my God. So side note, this is Charles Darwin riding a Galapagos tortoise, the world's biggest tortoise. Okay. And it supported his weight, I guess. He must have been a tiny little man. He must have been a tiny, tiny little man. But Duran had help. She lured him from his hutch with bell peppers and had help heaving him into the back of an SUV. Again, this is a 200-pound tortoise. Not easy to get it to go anywhere you want it to go.
Evacuating my grandparents and all of the animals. Okay. We're putting everybody just down the street at a different house, but we are way in line with the line of fire, so we gotta get out of here.
Ready to go?
Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's time to leave.
Good job, baby. Evacuation team.
So sulcatas have this thing where this bottom part underneath its head, they use that as a battering ram to just destroy logs and destroy drywall and to destroy wooden fences
Good boy.
if they're not happy with their
Nice job.
environment. But
Ready?
it seems like it's a happy tortoise. So they're roaring.
Did Grandma Papa read that? No, that's in your house. I know, I said,
Look at this thing. He's not even full size, honestly. He's gonna get way bigger.
nice and slow. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch your fingers, man. And then we push him this way. And then, Alright.
Heavy as hell. Look at that. That's what we're dealing with in Los Angeles, guys. Many of Duran's extended family and friends also lost their homes to the fire. Her parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles are huddled together trying to figure out their next steps, insurance forms, and how to rebuild. One thing they won't have to worry about is Tiptoe's hutch. Duran said that her landlord and others helped build a new structure for Tiptoe over 2 days. In the meantime, Duran is taking the loss in stride and says people can learn a lot from Tiptoe. So this is her with Tiptoe. Okay. This is her tortoise she's had since she was 7. He really is a big piece of the community, and I feel like such a good representation of what the next chunk of years are going to look like. Just slow and steady and happy attitude. I like that, she said. Tiptoe has everything he needs on his back, including his home. And for so many of us in the Palisades, that's kind of the same boat we're rocking in. He actually has a home on his back, so that is amazing. So look how giant this thing is. This thing will only get bigger, by the way. It is not done growing. So that's amazing. Here I have a website. This is, hi, I'm Caitlin, also known as Tiptoe's mom. We're from Los Angeles. I'm 28 years old, living alongside my boy Tiptoe, a 175-pound African sulcata. Growing up with Tiptoe, I quickly learned he was not an ordinary pet. He grew from a little hatchling into the tank of a 175-pound tortoise he is today. My mom and I spent months going to tortoise expos and reading all about sulcatas until we felt confident. We are still learning today. In 2020, I posted a video about Tiptoe's daily plate of food. Little did I know our videos would reach the hearts of so many, spreading joy, positivity. Since then, Tiptoe and I have been on an incredible ride, gathering a community of over 4.5 million followers on TikTok, which is going to be gone soon. It has truly been heartening to witness people of all ages and backgrounds connecting with our adventures. Thank you guys for tuning into Tiptoe's Day in the Life. Only in like the Palisades, Malibu, those types of areas can you house this thing. This thing is gigantic. Social right to Tiptoe. Should we write a letter to Tiptoe? I'll say, hey Tiptoe, keep on keeping on. What else could you write to a tortoise? All right, it was sent. So now he's got I gave him a new letter. All right, here we have a CNN news article about Caitlin and Tom Duran with the Tiptoe to the Tortoise and the Palisades fire. Real quick, look at Lester Holt. Look at this thumbnail of Lester Holt with the fire in the background. Let's see how this.
We have new video that we are getting in from a Pacific Palisades family. That's where Nick just was reporting from.
Out of control
doing
wildfires
everything that they
rage in
could to
Los Angeles
save their
County.
home as it caught on fire earlier.
I'll be back.
I love you.
I love
Look
you.
at this. They look like
What do you want?
they're in Fallout, New Vegas.
I'm gonna go back at the neighbor's house.
Okay.
Or do you think that side's better?
I don't know. Just do whatever you can.
That was Caitlin Duran there with her family,
She was
including her
watering down her
84-year-old
driveway, so the
grandfather, all
flames
of them
wouldn't go up and
eventually
burn her
packing
house
up
down.
and fleeing as the wildfires ruined and destroyed their homes. And Caitlin and her dad, Tom, are here with me now. And I just want to say thank you to you both for being here.
This is Duran.
I mean, just watching that video and hearing you say, I love you. I mean, it's devastating to see what your family has gone through this evening. How are you holding up?
I mean, we have 11 adults, 3 pit bulls, a lab, 175-pound tortoise, and a cat in a 1-bedroom house. But like, we're doing well,
Yeah,
I'd say, overall. Like, with everything that's going on, it's so much more than just our house is burning down.
Why add the American flag burning in the back? Just skip that B-roll, but all right. American flag burning in the back. Crazy, but all right.
The entire community is, you know, I believe they said 75%
Look at that.
done.
That's your house
So,
just in flames.
We're happy to be together. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a lot of people and animals in one home, but obviously we're grateful for your safety. Tom, tell me, how are you feeling? I saw this video in this moment where you were let me let everyone listen to it first, because it's a powerful moment.
So most of the Palisades are just these chimneys now. For some reason, chimneys don't burn down. I guess that makes sense because you light fires in chimneys, but it's pretty wild. It's just all burnt houses and chimneys.
Point of you watching your own home go up in flames here.
There's my house. Gone.
Come on, Tom. You say something? Let me ask you a question, bro.
Nothing left.
I mean, Tom, to hear you say that there's my house gone.
Oh, he's
There's
like, oh,
there's
she's talking to
nothing
me.
left. I can't even imagine what that felt like for you.
It was a bit of a shock. We fought the fire until about 10 o'clock when the water stopped, and we had no water pressure. So at that time, and we were winning the battle because of the way the house was built originally. It was smooth on the sides, no place for the embers to slide into it, and
Listen, I know his house burned down and everything, but this guy seems a little stoned, if you ask me.
we abandoned my father-in-law's house across the street at about 45 minutes before that because of the low water pressure, and then we had to go. There was no water up in the streets. There was no fire department up there at any time during the day since the start of the fire. The air tankers, we had, I think, 2 retardant drops, and then they left.
Don't say that.
So we feel that we were abandoned by the city.
Abandoned.
The mayor removing $20 million from the fire department.
Ooh, it's about to get political. Tom, he's been waiting to say this. He's been waiting to say this his whole life while living in California. It's getting political.
I'm sure that didn't help. I know they're trying to do their job, but we felt abandoned.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We were watching the flames from the deck from 10:30 to about 3 when we evacuated our tortoise Tiptoe, and we didn't even have a fire truck go up, and
Tiptoe.
smoke was going the other way. So as prepared as we were to leave, once it hit about 4:35 p.m., we had houses in the alphabet streets going. It was bad. So we got grandma, grandpa out, and for us it's very significant because I'm a 5th generation Palisadian. My family's been there since the 1930s. My mom grew up in the house across the street from where I grew up, and we just watched them both go up in flames. What are you gonna do?
Along with along with practically every house in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
an aerial view of it, neighborhood flat, and it's so sad. The whole community is gone.
I can't even imagine what it's like to not only watch your house, but to see your neighbors.
No, you can't imagine it, can you? Imagine it. Sorry.
Your friends' houses also to have that happen. And I want to say thank you to you both for coming on. And Tom, I promise when we have officials on from the city, we will ask them about the response and about what this looked like, because I think those are important questions to ask. So I just want to thank you both for taking the time to come on. I know you're all crammed in one house. I'm glad you're all safe, but Caitlin and Tom, thank you both for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much. Have a nice night.
Wow, that was beautiful.
We're here in Pacific
What was
Palisades
that?
in southern.
Oh, this is another one. Caitlin and Tiptoe, ABC interview Palisades fire.
California
Let's see
as
what ABC
multiple
is.
wildfires burn at this hour, out of control
Don't be
across
wearing,
Los
hold
Angeles.
on. Don't be wearing your ABC News fireman's jacket. What did you do to deserve this fireman's jacket? A fireman's jacket is earned. This guy did not earn it. Sorry.
A severe drought and fierce Santa Ana winds, some gusting to 90 to 100 miles per hour, have made for a deadly and horrific combination here, turning parts of Los Angeles County into a hellscape in just 24 hours. We're in what's called
say
Palisades Village, a town center here where there's normally shopping, places to eat. Tonight, though, you can see fire trucks still going by, and behind me here, the entire community nearly wiped out. You can see.
First of all, I keep seeing these on the news. All these fires and the newscaster with the fire behind him. How about put it out? How about I'll put it out? Instead of standing in front of the fire. Sorry, my voice. I'm getting angry. My voice is cracking. But what the hell? Put out the fire, you maniac.
See the flames still burning right behind me. Tonight, we take you right to the fire lines. Our team across the fire zone, Mola Lengi, right there for us. Mola?
Well, David, here in Altadena,
Mola.
home after home
Mola
after
Lengi.
home, completely destroyed. You have entire neighborhoods
Like,
that
bro, you could put this fire out. You have enough water on your person. You have enough water in your piss to piss out that fire right there. And this one. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Instead of just looking at it.
have been reduced to rubble. As you can see tonight, the situation's still very dynamic, still very fluid. You have some homes literally still on fire. You have properties that are smoldering as firefighters are stretched incredibly thin throughout the county.
Piss
They
on
continue
it.
to canvass
Piss on the
all of these
fire. You're
neighborhoods, but they
there.
are up against some extraordinary challenges. It's being called an apocalyptic hellscape.
All right, you can't piss that
A
much.
sea of
I get that.
flames washing over the area around the City of Angels.
All right, where's Tiptoe?
Visible from space. Smoke choking
Where
the
the hell
sky
is Tiptoe?
from the mountains to the ocean. Intense wind, at times reaching
Billy
100
Crystal.
miles
See what happened with Billy
Bank
Crystal.
Airport. Some incoming flights diverted to LAX. The Palisades and the surrounding areas, home to many of Hollywood's biggest and brightest stars.
Many of whom say they lost homes in the area, including Sir Anthony Hopkins,
Oh,
Billy
shit.
Crystal,
Oh,
Mandy
God
Moore,
damn it. Oh.
Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey.
You just cannot believe that
Please, God.
you're seeing what you're seeing, that there are flames in your neighborhood. It's just terrible.
Actor Steve Guttenberg, known for hit films like Police Academy, said he's been helping his neighbors get out of harm's way, unsure whether his own
There you
home
go.
is still standing.
There was this one lovely man in a wheelchair that I just had to help because he didn't have any foot protection. And I took his face in my hands and I told him, look, everything's going to be okay. You're gonna get to a good dinner tonight, I promise you.
Residents forced to leave
All right,
school.
where is,
We have reports that Palisades High sustained significant damage as a result of the fire.
Where's the
One of the
tourist?
area's most
all
prestigious high
came here to
schools,
see it.
Palisades
What is
Charter,
it?
or Pali, as the locals call it, destroyed. The school featured in hit films like the 1976 horror film Carrie and the 2003
Oh my
remake of
God,
Freaky
not the
Friday.
Carrie.
Oscar-winning
Not Freaky
actor
Friday,
Forrest Whitaker
school.
and Grammy-winning rapper will.i.am, notable
will.i.am.
alums.
It's a really special place, not only because it was a beautiful campus along the water in the coastal community, and so for that to be wiped out like this is heartbreaking.
Jonathan Gelfond graduated from Pali in 2022.
He and his classmates featured in the FX documentary Social Studies, which was shot at the school.
It's up to us to figure out how we can still be people. The seniors this
Today, they left, along with their pets.
Currently, we have 3 generations of our family in my house in Marina del Rey, including a cat, 3 pit bulls, a lab, a 175-pound tortoise.
There he is. Oh.
A 175-pound.
They got Tiptoe in a blanket. Because he's cold. He's a tortoise. He needs heat. Oh, look how pissed he is. This is amazing that they got this tortoise out. Amazing story.
Tortoise.
Multiple members of Doran's family losing their homes to the inferno.
My parents' house burnt down, my grandparents' house burned down, and my aunt and uncle's house burned down. We tried to fight the fire for as long as possible. Once I had ash and like fire ash falling on me, I didn't feel confident enough to stick around.
Tanner Schaff, a storm chaser, was at his friend Orly Israel's home.
We were just putting water on all the bushes and on all over the house. We were taking cushions off, anything that was flammable, just trying to do our best to make sure that the house was as fireproof as.
These are the storm chasers? No. I don't allow it.
Possible. But then, as you can see in the video, it got to be too much.
All right, dude. Let's get out of here. We tried, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, we tried. Okay, apparently not hard enough.
Running away. The homes, the trees, all around them, on fire too.
There's nothing we can do now, bro.
And then they pray.
God, protect this house in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Protect this neighborhood, God. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen.
My eyes are still stinging from the smoke and the flames.
Wait a second. You can't be talking about Jesus. I don't know if you could see this. My head might be in the way.
My eyes are still stinging.
His name is Orly Israel. You can't be talking about Jesus when your partner's name is Israel. Just saying.
From the smoke and the flames, and just praying that my house is still there, and knowing that so many people I know and love have just lost everything.
30 miles east of the Palisades, the Eaton fire, killing at least 5 people, according to the LA County Sheriff. The Pasadena Jewish Center, completely engulfed.
Israel.
Senior citizens in nursing and assisted living homes with their wheelchairs, forced to evacuate.
Look what they have to do with these old people in this windy
as embers swirled around them. Locals like emergency nurse Lynn Levin Guzman, defying evacuation orders.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home. They're 90 years old.
At daybreak,
cut her short.
A horizon of orange. The firefight stretching well into the afternoon. An ominous sky seen in Glendale. A red sun appearing behind all the smoke.
And there's the sun trying to poke through.
And here too, block after block of destruction.
These are sad sights. This is heartbreaking. I feel for these people.
This is really neighbors helping neighbors. You see some here with garden hoses doing what they can as firefighters have been stretched incredibly.
And he's not helping anybody. Look at this bald guy. Why don't you throw some water on some things? Why don't you grab some things with your fireman outfit?
Thin in these neighborhoods. Ivan Perez, covered in ash, his eyes bloodshot from trying to stop the flames from destroying his mother's childhood home.
This house is everything to us. This is all we really have. We're doing our best to protect as much as we can.
State and local officials urging the public to stay away from the areas affected by the fire and obey evacuation orders.
For those of you who lost your homes, who lost your property.
Assemblymember John Haravidian. It's sad. It's sad, but at least Tiptoe the Tortoise got out. And that's what we want to talk about. We wanted to talk about just, there's always a silver lining. There's always an amazing story to come from the ashes. And Caitlin and Tiptoe's story is truly amazing. And there's a lot of reptile rescues you can donate to. I know Allen's Pet Center in Santa Monica. They're amazing there. They've been taking in animals. They've been taking in all these displaced reptiles. Give them a donation. They're the best. That's about it, guys. And I'll leave you off with this TikTok here.
We tried to clean Tiptoe this morning, but he was not interested. So he pushed himself into the corner of this little area, hit the bucket, and decided that we were actually going to go out for a walk. For the most part, we can predict what kind of mood Tiptoe is going to be in on our walk. And today, I had no idea. I really did not know what to expect. He was hauling rear, turning corners. We even bumped into a Pampered Pet Spa truck that I probably should just drop Tiptoe off at. But instead, he decided to cross the street. As per usual, he was into climbing all of the curbs. Today, he was going for all of the red curbs. And I ended up having to put up my foot out to help him up some of these steps because they were pretty high. But Tiptoe was having the best time. I tried to get a cute video of us, but he knocked the hammer over. It didn't work out. But then we ran into some neighbors. Love you, tease.
This is Tiptoe. Meet Tiptoe. Yep. Yep. Out for the day.
Hilarious.